Cam, you've got your second performance out there in the preseason. Obviously, that last drive probably didn't go the way you guys wanted. What kind of learning experience was that for you in that situation?
There's so many lessons that I learned from that situation. I've been counted on a lot throughout my college career, and going into that opportunity, I was excited because I love those, situations where you get to be in control and you get to be the one to drive your team down and get in field goal range to win the game. And I felt really good going into it. Made some mistakes, and going into that last play, I told myself don't force the ball, and I did. So there's a lot of learning lessons. I take full responsibility for that entire drive. I need to be better. I need to prepare better, and so I really think the lessons that I learned from that situation are I got to prepare better. I have to make sure everybody's on the same page all the time, and then always continue to compete no matter the situation, no matter the outcome or game.
Does that also extend to the 2 sacks before that? I mean, is that kind of part and parcel with all that?
Yeah, you just have to know situational football. Can't take a sack there, especially, we had timeouts, but you don't want to use a timeout in a situation like that. Got to see my checkdowns. I have to see the field a little bit better as we move forward.
Cam, at the NFL level, you're facing defensive linemen who run as fast as some of your receivers in college. What is that adjustment like when you literally look across the field and you're those defensive linemen at that speed?
I think it makes the game more fun, honestly. I just like the rush that you get, because you get 2 seconds to 2.5 seconds per snap in the pocket before those guys are in your lap. So I enjoy the speed of the game. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a transition for me, but just enjoying it. Yeah.
There was a play earlier in the game where there was somebody in your lap and you make a throw and make a completion. From the line of scrimmage operational standpoint, did you kind of know where that pressure was coming from and have the answer for it with knowing who to throw the ball to?
Yeah, so they had brought a looper on that one play. I think the one that you're talking about. And then right when I was getting ready to throw, I saw the looper, right there in my face. So you just gotta stand in there and be tough, and that's something that I pride myself in, is being just a tough quarterback. And when your team needs you to make a play, you gotta stand in there. I know it was 2nd or 3rd down, and the team needed me there, so you gotta stand in there. You can't be afraid to get hit. And like we talked about earlier, the game is just faster and faster. So yeah.
As a rookie, when it clicks like that, sometimes it's not like at the end of the game, but in that situation it did click. How important is that for just kind of your growth progress and your development?
I think anytime you can get a completion in the NFL, it's a positive. And I think for me, when you see the ball in a receiver's hands, you know that you did something right. And we're always taught to just get completions on 1st and 2nd down, and I think that builds confidence. So then when it is 3rd down and you have to throw the ball, you've already seen it a few times. So I think, like you said, it gives you a lot of confidence, just seeing the ball in their hands.
It wasn't a regular season atmosphere, but first time playing in Allegiant Stadium is, kind of your new home. What was that like?
Yeah, it was awesome. I had a lot of family there too, and wherever I play, I always enjoy playing in front of people, and to play in front of the crowd that we had there on Saturday was awesome. First experience in that stadium, so very thankful that the fans came out, and excited to get back out there.
Go ahead.
About making the transition to the NFL, what so far has been like the biggest leap for you in transitioning to this level?
I think it's a culmination of everything. I think just the speed of the game, learning a new playbook, learning new receivers, everything is just new. Whereas when I was in college, I was extremely comfortable with the personnel that we had, the offensive line that we had. So now it's just building chemistry with everybody on the field. So I think that's been a fun transition for me, but yeah, it's been a little difficult.
Last year at Ohio State, Chip Kelly, they had over 2,000 plays in the playbook at the end of the year. How is it just, every day getting so much thrown at you? And I'm assuming the playbook was probably not that thick where you come from. What's that like?
Well, yeah, the playbook wasn't as thick as it is here, but I think learning new schemes and run game, pass game has been a lot of fun for me, and then getting to hear how we read it, and it's all new for me. So, some of my favorite parts of the day are when we meet, with the quarterbacks and the position coach and everything. So, just learning everything. Yeah, it's been great.
there's a business side to football, obviously, and we're getting toward a cut down day and all that kind of stuff. And you know, I know you feel like you put your best foot forward, but how do you just kind of keep focused on that, just putting your best foot forward, knowing that there's, you know, decisions that have to be made here at some point?
I think there's two things that I always try to live by, and I'm not a results-based person. I try not to focus on the outcome. Obviously, the outcome that we had on Saturday wasn't what I wanted, but there's two things that keep me grounded, and that's number one, my faith, and number two, I just always compete in everything that I do. So if I can do those two things, then I think the outcome will take care of itself.
How would you describe the leadership of Geno in the room?
I couldn't be more grateful for the room that we have. I think Aidan and Geno have taken me in when I know, you know, you hear stories about rookie quarterbacks going into a room and they don't get treated the way that they think that they should, but just their kindness and their just understanding of my situation and being a rookie and not knowing everything, but they're the first ones to say good job when I do something right, and when I do something bad, it's not, you know, they're not jumping down my throat and getting upset with me. They just want to help me get better, and I couldn't be more grateful for those two guys.
You talk about Pete Carroll as a coach. I mean, you've grown up a football fan, you wanted to play in the league, and now you're being coached by one of the best ever.
Yeah, it was funny. Yesterday I was sitting in the team meeting and Aidan looked over at me. He's like, not every head coach is like this. Just know that. So I think for me, understanding that we have such a great head coach and everything that he says in meetings obviously means a lot, because he has a lot of wisdom and value in everything that he says. And I've been fortunate enough to have a lot of great head coaches. So to have that transition from a great college coach to the NFL has been an easy transition.
What was he saying?
Pete Carroll?
Yeah, right.
Obviously his motto's always compete, and he just has so many one-liners. He keeps it loose and fun, and that's what I enjoy about, you know, the team meetings, is it's not stressful. Everybody's having fun, but then when it is time where he has those lessons where we got to compete, we can't turn the ball over, we got to be better, and I really take those lessons to heart.
You hear about a rookie wall, but because of the level you come from, you guys played a lot. You had a playoff system. Do you think that maybe will help you in your rookie year?
I think for sure. I think I played in more than 50 games in college, so having that experience, I think, will make the transition a little bit easier. Every time I step out there the last 2 weeks, it's not overwhelming, and I don't feel nervous or, you know, scared at all. I feel like that's my natural state, is to be out there performing in front of other people, and I enjoy it.
Two more guys. You didn't lose a lot of games in college, obviously. You talked about being in those situations, and usually you come out on top and win. How did you process not coming out on the right side the other day? I mean, was that a tough thought process for you to go through?
Yeah, I took my parents back after the game, and I had told my dad, I'm like, I'm not used to feeling this, because the last 2 years that I played in college, I was put in those situations in the fourth quarter, and I felt like I delivered almost every single time. And then to be on the other side of that outcome didn't feel very good, and it honestly motivated me a lot, that there is a lot of self-improvement that I need to do. And I think for me, there's two ways you can look at it. You can look at it as, oh, poor me, you know, I made a mistake, they might cut me, blah, blah, blah. Or you could look at it as, this is an opportunity for me to get better. There's a lot of things that I can continue to work on. And for me, that's exciting, that there's a lot of growth still out there for me.
And that includes on Saturday, because you're probably going to, you know, get sufficient or an extended period of time. How much are you looking forward to get on the field for that kind of maybe a half or so?
Super excited, and I think the two games that I have played in, they haven't been blowouts. You know, it hasn't been where we're just running out the clock or we're trailing by a lot. I've been put in two situations where we've had to win the game. So I think those two experiences will help me down the line for sure.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.